Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the October meeting of the Commission on Aging Well. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And our first agenda item is to approve the minutes from our previous meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? We don't have a quorum. Isn't Ruth on yet?
No, and it's.
Oh, she's in the car.
Marcia, yeah, and Marcia's with the Friends, so we
Okay.
don't have a quorum, so we
Okay.
can't approve them.
Okay, so we will proceed on to public appearances, of which there are none. So our next agenda item would be the Senior Center mission and vision statements.
Okay, well, I was hoping we'd have a quorum also. I mean, you know, it's not super time sensitive, but we talked about this the last time, and Jim and Dave both gave some suggestions. And then we did, red light mic off. Yeah, I'm on. That's okay. We did meet the group, our work group, and talked about that. And we did add in Dave's suggestion with the volunteer opportunities. And Jim, your suggestion was, are we sure, do we feel confident that we're catching all the people when we say vibrant and vulnerable? And we talked a lot about that. And we determined that we do feel that we do, you know, it's kind of implied, everybody in between. Because what we did want to avoid was prolonging the sentence. You know, we wanted it to be short and concise. And so we felt semi-comfortable. So today I was going to hope that everybody else was there and that we would take a vote. But we can talk about it next time too. So it's like, oh, you were overruled.
I just thought something like from vibrant to frail. Maybe 2 extra words is all.
Did we talk about that? From vibrant to vulnerable? I'm just going to add it here because we'll have time to talk about it one more time. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yep. Good suggestion.
Is Marcia on now? Not yet. So we will adjust the agenda and postpone the Senior Center Friends report until Marcia gets on her Zooming, and we'll go right to the director's report.
Okay. Just starting off with some programming stuff. You know, it's going so well. I'm still continually surprised at how many people are comfortable, you know, coming into the center, taking classes, and the virtual part of it too is really going well. We did our evidence-based stepping on program and had 14 participants, and that is in person. And it was so full. We have another class starting in November with 15 signed up. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it was the social isolation that people were like, I need to get moving and I'm worried about this, but it's really great to see. We have a Mind Over Matter, Healthy Bowels, Healthy Bladder class starting on Monday with, I think we have 11. And I think 11 was all we wanted because it's a very interactive virtual program, and we want all the participants to be able to see people on the screen. And so that was very successful. We had the, thanks to Linda and the Active Women's Group, the Recycling Myths and Realities, which was part of the Talking Trash series. We had 60 people show up. I was just shocked in the Fitchburg room. We just kept pulling in more chairs. So people are interested in recycling for sure. And so that was really exciting to see. And Linda's got some good ideas for next year and incorporating maybe some youth in that program. And then kind of along those lines, we did find a new volunteer to take all our recycling bags because we were going to stop collecting at the senior center because those grocery bags are really piling up. And I did not have a volunteer to take those bags anywhere. So Mandy connected with Oregon High School, and we have a student that's going to just pick them up. And it's nice because they can come in anytime because they're in the foyer, so it's always open. So that's nice to engage a younger kid in our programs. Let's see, what else? Just a lot of stuff going on. We had an interactive iPhone Q&A. We have a volunteer that was really popular this week. I think 12 or 14 people stopped in, talked to the person, just with, you know, small questions about their iPhone, so that will continue. And then we had this great pie making class with Gus a couple days ago, and always very popular. We can only take 10 or 11, so there was a wait list, and we can look forward to maybe a couple pies this fall. He's looking at pecan and sweet potato. So yeah, he's great. Gus is great. Let's see, our countertops were replaced at the end of September, and they are just wonderful. Stainless steel backed by the dishwasher, very clean, easy to put the pans in. We've got deeper sinks, so that was a long overdue project. That was in the CIP for a couple years, so glad to have that done. Kind of moving on to some programs we're looking for November, December, and January as we, move into the fall and next in the winter. We're going to look at a cardio drumming class. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that, but if you Google cardio drumming, you will find the most fun, exciting, energetic videos for all ages. And basically, it's one of those big exercise balls that you can sit on, on your desk, or people use them for Pilates and yoga. And they put it in a big bucket, I would say a bucket just a big bucket, bigger than a 5-gallon. And then you have 2 drumsticks. And you are certified, and you're certified in this class. There's different ways to be certified. Because it's not only just like fun and energetic and dancing, but it's exercise. So, you're hitting the ball, you're moving it up, you're hitting and you're moving, or you're squatting down and you're pounding. I'm completely obsessed with this class. I attended a training and where they did a presentation about this. So one of our instructors is really excited to be certified, so we hope to be offering this soon. The only issue is where would we store huge balls in huge buckets? But anyway, we'll deal with that. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. We're going to do a ballroom dancing class in January, and this is really focused on people. It's for balance, so more balance focused. And then we're going to do a yoga for all, which is really geared towards. She's in.
Thanks. Bye.
Is really geared for folks that have Parkinson's. So just some different programs coming down the pike that I'm excited about. Veterans Day, the show must go on. We're working with Doris very closely about Veterans Day, and a lot of you that have attended before know it's probably our biggest, most popular event of the year. And it's really a credit to Doris Koster, our group leader. So this year, we are going to plan as if they are going to sing without masks. Not everybody is comfortable doing that, and if the mask mandate expires on November 4th, so if it's extended, we will just go as planned, and maybe the group will be a little bit smaller, but they still will sing. The Eagle School students won't be coming, regardless of the mask mandate, but they're going to do a project. Doris's theme this year was kind of twofold. It was about how did our American flag change over the years, what it looks like. And so the students are going to do some history about that, and then rather than doing the poppy posters based on the poem in Flanders Field, which is what they've done forever, they're going to do drawings of what the different flags look like over the years. And so we'll have those displayed as always. And then part of the program too is going to be a slideshow, thanks to Jeremy and Fact TV, of different cemeteries throughout the world where American soldiers are buried. And so Doris always comes up with wonderful themes. So anyway, it'll be a great program, and the show must go on, as we said. So we'll probably do that on November 10th, because I do think November 11th is Saturday. Let's see. We are in desperate need of RSVP drivers to take people to medical rides. People are starting to call now as they're more comfortable going to the doctor, but our drivers, we've lost a lot of drivers, some just due to health reasons. But keeping in mind RSVP as of next week is requiring that both the drivers and the passengers are vaccinated, and we have to help provide proof of that vaccination to RSVP. Go ahead, Jim.
A question on drivers. If somebody would like to volunteer, do you have to have any special license, like a chauffeur's license or anything?
No, there's no special license, and RSVP offers supplemental insurance too for drivers, which is nice. So all of the drivers that drive for RSVP in the meal program, they're offered that supplemental insurance, and they're also, all the background checks are done through RSVP. So anyway, if anybody out there wants to help with medical rides, give Mandy a call. Let's see. Other things we're working on, the city is doing a citywide refresh of the website, and our website is very, very energetic. There's a lot of content on there, so Dave and I are going to work on just kind of streamlining some stuff and toning it down a bit, and then moving kind of more energetic stuff to Facebook. So there you might see some changes on our website coming up. We're working with finance. In the last 3 weeks, I've had 3 different requests to donate online, and we don't have that mechanism. I know we talked about being able to accept payments online, and we can't do that right now through the city. There's just a lot of different barriers that prevent us from doing that. There certainly are programs out there you can pay for, but it's a lot of money. And so I still want to do some exploring about taking payments online for classes, but it feels like the city can a little bit more easily accept donations online. So hopefully next week I'll meet with finance, and maybe by November, people can just go online and click a button, because it's oftentimes when we talk about our legacy fund or end of year giving, and it would be really nice to have that option, to have that button online. And then I was going to just talk a little bit about the city budget. We did present all department heads last week, and then there was a public hearing last night. And so I did present the shared position of a social work position for senior and police department. And I feel like it was fairly well received. The public hearing was last night, and there was nobody that spoke for or against it. Alder Hurst, who's not here, but he is in support, it sounds like, too. So I think that final budget will be, the council amendments are due by the end of this week. So we'll kind of see where that's going. And then I think it's about the first, early November, where the budget would be finalized by the city. So we'll know for sure by then. And then the county budget, which will be coming out very soon. So the county budget, what funds helps supplement our case management nutrition program. Focal points start to work around February or March of the year to determine what the priorities are, what we're going to ask the Dane County exec for, or Dane County budget. And so what went forward were a request for funding to increase funding for case management, nutrition, the fairly new mental health program, and then there was a request by a different agency to put money in the budget to hire a person that would, I've talked about the cultural diversity program, where we have a connection for Latino older adults and African American older adults. They want to add a position that would address needs of Asian Americans. And so that funding went forward too. So anyway, what happens is the funding goes to Health and Human Services, and then it goes on to the county executive, and the county exec did include all of those requests in his budget. So now it goes to all the board supervisors and through the process. But if the funding does go through, the city personally, the senior center, will see an increase from $92,300 in 2021 to about $100,300 in 2022. So a nice increase. And you will see this come through. We'll have to approve it. And then in addition to that funding, they're going to throw in another $21,000, but that is specifically for Hy-Vee. So they put it in our budget, we pay the bills for Hy-Vee, and at the end of the year, if there's money left over, it goes back to the county. If the county owes us more money, if participation at Hy-Vee is higher, then the county will pay that bill. So I don't technically include that as an increase, because it's just kind of over here, just a pass-through, perfect. So anyway, we will have to approve that county contract that will come. We'll either have to approve it in November or December. I'm not sure when the Dane County will finalize their budget. So So we'll need a quorum either in November or December, but I will let you guys know. And I think I have covered all of my key points here. So that's it.
Okay. Just the Hy-Vee program is the Wednesday nutrition program, right?
Right, Wednesday nutrition program from 10:30 to 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, and this week, this is the third week they were closed. They did remodeling, and we were not aware of the last 2 weeks, and so we had to do some quick calling and telling people sorry. But they will be open next week, and they just put out a fall menu, which is kind of nice, so they changed the choices.
And did you decide then to do both meals here and there on Wednesday?
Thanks for bringing that up. I think what we're going to do, just based on this closure, that we're going to ride it out till the end of the year.
Just
Yeah, just at Hy-Vee and not have congregate meals here. And we will meet with the county probably, in the next month to talk about now moving forward. We're still not seeing bus ridership very high. Before Hy-Vee started to remodel, I think the last 2 times there was only 2 people that rode the bus over to Hy-Vee, whereas in normal days we would have 14 or 15, 12 to 14 riding the bus to eat at the senior center. It's just not a conducive spot for some of the folks that used to come here to go up there, particularly some folks that are having some memory issues. The environment here is safer. It's more social, and you have people watching, and people, when you're there, you're just kind of on your own. So anyway, I'm hoping, and it sounds like the county would be open to having Hy-Vee available for anybody if you can drive. But for those that can't drive and want to come and eat at the senior center, they can come here too. So we might look at changing that, yeah.
Okay, any questions for Jill? I see Marcia is with us now, so we will go back to the Senior Center Friends report. Marcia?
Yes, thank you. I am so sorry I was late. I went looking for the email, thought I was all organized, and I was not. So I had to go back to the folks there at FACT and get the link. All right. Our report goes this way. We had an October meeting that we actually held on September 30th because the normal meeting date would have been a week ago, the 7th, and we had several members who were going to be late or going to be out of town or unavailable for various reasons. So we held an annual meeting at the first part of the meeting, at which the slate of officers was presented. The new board members were introduced and welcomed, but the slate of officers was unanimously approved, and those people are Bob Hillner as president, Nancy Keeney as vice president, Leslie Hall as secretary, and Marcia Griskovich as treasurer. The new board members that joined us this year are Earl Fisher, Leslie Hall, Jerry Kelly, Carol Rodriguez, Gail Schauer, and Bob Stewart. The expenses for the month was about $165, and those were mostly for getting new 3-ring binders for the new members, a roll of stamps, some expense with the travel promotion, and the Wisconsin State Journal subscription. Board member Bill Horns is serving on the city's Transportation and Transit Commission, and he reported that several ideas are being considered to try to improve local transportation, specifically bus service. Travel is seeing increased interest in the tours by the signups for the 2022 tours. We have started to promote this day trip that we're going to take, and you may see this Christmas tree with the stars on the side. It looks like this. It'll be hanging around various places at the center. So this day trip is to go see a performance of the Christmas Stars on December 4th in Appleton. Only 50 tickets are available and the cost is $50 each, which includes the bus trip, the lunch, and the performance. The last thing is that the final draft of the Friends brochure was presented to the board, and the board decided to order. We already had approval for the design, but we needed to decide how many to order, and the most economical was to go with 500. So you'll be seeing those around too. I suspect they may be available probably before the end of October. And I'll present that at the next and try to get a copy to each of you. And that's it. Any questions?
Marcia, you didn't mention, maybe the expense wasn't shown, and I forgot that you guys paid for the ice cream truck in October, didn't you? Or I guess it was September, the end of September.
Yeah, it was not paid when we had our meeting on the 30th.
Yeah, so thank you for that. It was a really great day, and the Friends, I think it was $500 was the minimum that we would have to like spend in ice cream cones, and I think we almost had enough people to sort of get our money's worth, for lack of a better term. And so everybody that came got free ice cream, and it was a beautiful day, and the ukulele players were outside playing, and it was really nice. So thank you to the Friends for making that day possible. It was a nice day.
Yes, it reminded me a little bit of the anniversary party 2 years ago and how people just enjoyed.
Yeah, we had that big dance outside, or the band. Yeah, that was really fun. I had to laugh because one of the choices from the chocolate shop was like a bourbon-infused ice cream, and I think most people went for that. I was like, you would have to eat a lot of ice cream before you start to feel buzzed, but you know. But yeah, everybody was very excited, so thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia, and thanks to the Friends. Are there any other announcements? I'm looking at our next meeting says November 11th, but you said
Oh,
a
yeah.
minute ago, you
I
said
got my
November
days
11th was a
mixed up.
Saturday.
Let me see. Wish I had a paper calendar. All right.
When I looked this morning, I thought it was a Thursday.
November 11th is? Oh, you guys are right. Okay, so I'm wrong. All right, so it will be November 11th, and then 8:30, so we'll just have to be done by 9:30 so I can help set up for Veterans Day. So yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering. Okay,
Good.
thank you, everybody. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting's adjourned.